In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at a few more items in the Infinity system greenware from Daiwa. More specifically, the bed chair, the over bed chair, and the fold-out armchair. So before we jump into today's items, just a reminder that I've also covered a load more of the luggage items in the Infinity system range in a previous video, and that was mainly focusing on some of the holdalls, carryalls, the brew bag, the rod bags, things like that. So it's quite an extensive range. So if you want to see everything that's in the range, please go over to the Daiwa website and check it all out, and also check the previous video. But for now, we're going to jump into these three items. So here are all the items I'm going to be talking about today. To my right, to start with, we've got the bed chair cover. It does exactly what you'd expect a bed chair cover to do. First of all, keeps any water off, it keeps it nice and dry. So if you have a downpour, chuck it over your stuff. So say you've got all your stuff in a bed chair, you could even use this outside to cover some bits and bobs that you don't want to get wet. And it also comes into its own where in the day, if you stick it over your bed chair, you want to get your head down and have a bit of lie down, but not get in the bag and take your shoes off. Put your feet up on that. Doesn't matter how muddy or messy that gets, it'll wash straight off, and it protects your bed chair underneath. So that's pretty much all I'm going to talk to you about with that. Underneath, we got the bed chair, of course, 6-leg bed chair. Then we've got the over bed chair, which I'm sat on right now. Makes it much more comfortable when you're sat on your bed chair for long periods. And then to the left, we got the fold-out armchair. So I'm going to go into each one of these individually. Starting off with the bed chair itself. The frame is made of steel and it's got 6 legs situated strategically across the bed chair, making it nice and stable as you'd expect. So nice and strong and rigid, but we just weighed this whole thing, including the whole sleep system, so that's the mattress and the dual skin top. Comes in at 12.8 kilos, so less than 13 kilos for a full sleep system. It's not exactly heavy, but it is very nice and strong. As I just said, with the 6 legs, all are fully adjustable, so you can raise the height or make it nice and level on uneven ground, and swivel in mud feet so that it doesn't sink into the ground either. Moving up to the mattress itself, elasticated all the way around. Now, pretty much all bed chairs these days, or it seems loads of bed chairs, have extra lumbar support and things. And although that may be good for people that like a nice firm bed chair and a bit more sort of back support where it's needed, if needed, it does add weight to the bed chair. This elasticated all round, so it does sink a bit more. So if you don't mind having it doing that, it sort of hugs you in a bit more of a spring effect like you'd expect from a sprung mattress rather than a plank of wood with some padding on, which some bed chairs can feel like these days. So if you prefer that sort of feeling, that's what this will do, because it does sink down slightly and hug you a bit more. So if you like that sort of comfort, then it's for you. This is a 4-season sleeping bag system, shall I say. So it's got dual skin. Pull back the first one, which is fully, you can zip this off, unattach it, and whittle it down to just the single layer, which is much thinner for the cooler months. You still want something covering you, but fleece lined and padded with little wind baffles in here. The zips as well, what's worth noting, has like a thick material on the inside, which means that the zip can run along that without having any risk of getting caught up in any little bits of material. So whipping the sleeping bag open quickly when you get a bite or something, that's what that's there for. And here's the second layer, again, fleece lined, so nice and smooth and warm on the inside. And then you're down to the mattress itself. As this is much thinner, so perfect for the warmer months. Use them both for the winter, plenty of warmth there, but I'm sure if that wasn't enough, you can just get a cover to go over the top. And I've already mentioned the little cover that you can get for this as well. It just keeps everything, all the water off, any mud off. So if you want to lie on this in the day with muddy boots or whatever, you can stick that on, no problems. Remember, if you like this sort of content, then please subscribe to us and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any future uploads. You'll be notified each time a new one goes up. And also follow us on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter for regular updates. Moving on to the overbed chair. It does exactly as the name suggests. Fits over the top of the bed chair nicely. So you've got a fully adjustable rear leg which extends, latches onto the back of the bed chair with its sort of hook-shaped rear leg, stops it from sliding forward, and there's also a little clip that stops the leg from collapsing in as well, but it shouldn't anyway with those 2 clips connected down. Then the front legs extend, hit onto the ground, so all your weight is supported by the front legs and that rear bar resting on the bed chair. So makes your stay inside your bivvy much more comfortable. Now, if you suffer with a bad back or you just want something to support you a bit more when you're in your bivvy, then this comes into its own, because you're not slouching on your bed chair, sitting like this, looking out of your bivvy. It gives you that support you need. It makes it much more comfortable whilst you're looking out at the lake. You don't just have to use it on a bed chair, of course. You can take this fishing by itself and use it as an actual chair. So if I go back round to the back, undo these clips, and there's also a little metal pin which keeps the leg in position. Push that in, and then we collapse the legs back down. We now have a standard chair. bring it round, and it sits on the floor like so. So you can obviously still use your bed chair like this if you don't want to have a chair, but it does make it a bit more comfortable, especially as this bed chair, because it doesn't come with the lumbar support like I just mentioned, is a bit more of a hugging bed chair. If you want something that you don't sink into every time you sit down, then sticking that on top is perfect. But as you can see, it sits on the floor nicely, claps those front legs down. It's quite a low lying chair, but it'll be taken around as a guest chair, or if you're just traveling light, it's ideal for that as well. And lastly, we got the fold-out arm chair. Again, does exactly as you'd expect. So it folds up nice and small, and it's got some nice supportive arms. The first thing I notice about this is that it's nicely proportioned. Everything feels right, like my arms aren't too high or too low. That feels good. It's a very low chair, so if you don't like getting down low into a chair and you prefer a higher chair, then obviously this isn't going to be for you, but it's nice and comfortable once you're in it. You got fully padded mattress all the way around, steel frame as well, so it's a nice and sturdy setup, and the arms are nice and sturdy as well. So just because they're plastic doesn't mean they're strong. I mean, I'm only just about managing to do that because I haven't been to the gym for a while, but the arms are nice and strong. So getting in and out of the chair, nice and easy. You can push yourself down like so. As I said, steel frame, so it's nice and strong. And you've got fully adjustable mud feet at the front as well. So if you want to recline this ever so slightly more, you can. That's pretty much everything you need to know. Collapsing this down, as I just said, it's a fold-up chair. So it collapses down nice and small. Fold that down and you're good to go. You've got some little clips here, so you can fasten that down. And then you've got a nice small chair, so it doesn't take up too much room. And you saw how quick that was to fold out and fold back out again. You're good to go. Lastly, we got the prices. So starting off with the bed chair itself, that comes in at £250 RRP. Then we've got the waterproof cover, it's just £12.99 RRP. And then both the chairs are the same price at £74.99 RRP. So there you go, 3 more items in the Infinity system range: the bed chair, over bed chair, and the fold-out arm chair. As I said at the very start of the video, there's lots more in this range, so please go and watch the previous video on a lot of the luggage stuff, and also head over to the Daiwa website for more information on what I've shown you today and the rest of the range. Please make sure you subscribe to us if you haven't already, and hit the bell icon so you don't miss any future uploads, and also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for regular updates. See you again soon.